Okay.
Tasha,
My camera turned on.
you're getting ready for your thing, man.
Sir, which thing, sir?
Eh? Your presentation.
Which thing, sir?
I said you're reading something. I don't know what you're reading.
Sir, sir, I'm
Eh?
not. Sir, sir, huh? Huh? Sir, don't bother with it, sir. Send the video, though.
What you mean?
Uploaded the video.
Yeah, you uploaded the video.
Yes, sir.
Where you uploaded? Schoology.
Yes, sir.
Let me see if I find it. Let me see if you uploaded in the right place. Where you uploaded?
Right?
Where you uploaded?
The thing that on the link that you sent me, um,
Oh
let's try
wow!
that.
Mercy, today is gonna be a good day.
It's just early.
Wow! 6 minutes. I can't wait. I can't wait.
So really, don't bother get excited. The man get disappointed. Don't get all excited, sir. Oh God. Mm-mm.
Okay. So hold on. Where your props them there?
What, sir?
Where your props them there? Army I watch. Army.
The thing them the thing them for use.
Yeah. I'm just seeing a
Sir,
sign.
when me
Right?
a talk about me try something. Me can't. Me no good for presentation. You know?
Oh, so yeah.
Well, while
Oh,
I'm talking about me no
yeah. Go
good
ahead.
for
I'm listening.
presentation.
So you were using a comb or a brush or something?
No, I'm using my hair thing. The hair thing, the thing that they use to make curl. That
Curl.
thing that it has a lot of hole in it. So it
Mm-hmm.
helps a lot. You know.
Okay. Well, what I do appreciate though is that you have actually put up the video, which is good. Um,
So, I appreciate the else. It's alright. We don't like presentation. We hate presentation.
well, you see, I was making it very easy for you, though. You know, I was making it much easier for you. You understand? All I was doing is trying to make it much easier for you. You follow what I'm saying?
I can be the escape. I thought I escaped it though.
No, 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 you must be crazy. I'm waiting on the others to join. They see that they're running late. They're running late.
Ah,
I know that Ashay would have been late, so I she said that should have been late. So I am checking to see if she is going to be late.
really, a meal on the phone line.
Can you imagine? No, no, no. You have visitors. You have visitors. Or like give them. Let's see if Miko shall get to come on time. Maybe they are busy preparing a video. I don't know. We'll find out how far Ashley is from home. So she was in Ochi Rice. I don't know. So let us see. Let us see.
Where my phone most? Yeah,
Huh?
message.
What happened to you, maths class? I didn't see a maths class. What
What
happened?
happened? Sir, math class. I was trying to, trying to enter the Zoom, and all I was seeing is waiting for the person to accept me, the host, but it wasn't accepting. So
Seriously?
yes, sir. All I could see was that, and even when I
Mm.
tried it over and over. I realized that I wasn't being accepted. So I was like, okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I'll play something for our viewers until they get on. Hello.
Oh,
Yo, how far are you, George?
it's class time. Where's the music?
Oh, Nikosha is coming on, so give us a second so we can start devotion. Um, 1 second there, please. Good evening, Nikosha. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm fine, sir.
Okay, good. You ready for your next presentation?
Repeat.
Repeat. Are you ready for your next presentation?
Next presentation.
Oh, yes.
Did you have a next one, sir?
Um, I thought I said every week we'll be having our presentations. You forgot?
Mm.
Don't tell me you forgot. Don't tell me that you forgot.
Sir, I did my. I
Did you
did
share?
the two presentation that I supposed.
No, man. Every week we're having presentations, sweetheart. Every week. Not just
Mm.
one day alone. Not just one day alone, sweetheart. You understand?
Okay, sir. Yes,
hmm
sir.
Every day we're having that. Not just one day alone, you know?
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Hold on there. 1 second there. Trying to locate something here. So, how was your evening? How was your evening?
Um, it was tearing.
Okay. So, you got any rest?
Not really.
Not
They have
really.
reopened school.
Okay. Wow. And how you managing? How you coping?
It threw me off guard
So,
for
you have
now.
God for a while, for now.
Yes.
I understand. I do understand. Trust me. But you got to pray, and you understand. You got to pray.
Yes, sir.
God will cover you guys. All right. All right. So we're going to have devotion now, and then we get into first presentation, and then we'll start. We'll resume our content for tonight's class, and then, of course, when Ashley gets up, she should be uploading her presentation as well and stuff forward. But every week you have a presentation to do. Okay, Nikosha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. Just please know that. All right, just. Mhm. Okay, so we're gonna go straight into our class. I thought I fixed that up. I thought I'd fix this up. 1 second there, please. All right, so we're gonna get straight into our session. All right. So let's just get into a devotion mode now. And I love to share my devotion with you guys. I was studying my lesson today, and it was entitled Work and Spirituality. But not going to read into all of this with you, but I'll just share the text that it was based on, the Bible text. It came from Galatians chapter 5, verse 22 to 26. And it says, "But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, which is patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self control. Against such things there is no law." Therefore, that is saying to us that it says, "But the fruit of the Spirit." And therefore, if the Spirit bears fruit, it can remind us of a tree, apple tree, a mango tree, and these trees bear fruits. And of course, the trees grow and they go through a certain, they reach a mature stage, of course, and they start bearing their first fruit. But as you know, that a mango tree, does a mango tree feed on its own fruit or others feed on it? Which is it? Who feeds on its fruit? The mango tree feeds on its own fruit, or is it,
No,
or
sir.
is it who benefits from the mango tree or the apple tree?
Us.
Us, exactly. So what this is saying to us is that when we show love, we are showing love to others. They will benefit from it. When we show joy, they are benefiting from it. When we show peace, patience, kindness, goodness, and faithfulness to others, they are benefiting from it. And when we show gentleness and self control, they are benefiting from such. And I'll take it to the last text that says, "Let us not become conceited, provoking and envying each other." So we are to crucify the flesh, which is passions and desires, if we belong to Christ. So once you are a Christian, then you should be showing your fellow classmates, in your case, co workers, friends, family, community members, let them experience your fruit. Let them eat of your fruits of the Spirit. Always remember that. And guess what? He who takes care of the fruit trees will take care of you as well. Let us pray. Most kind of loving and heavenly Father, we take this opportunity to give you thanks for sparing our lives. Pray, oh God, that you bless the students who are within this Zoom meeting and those who are viewing on YouTube. Pray, oh Lord, that as we share our fruits of your Spirit, may others be blessed as well. And I pray now that you'll be with the students who are preparing for exams. Pray now that you'll increase their knowledge, their wisdom, and their understanding. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. So, of course, we are going to be um, going to our first presentation for tonight. Are you ready, Miss? Are you ready, Miss? Are you ready? Are you ready? Tasha? Is Tasha there? Or Tasha gone?
Yes,
Tasha,
sir.
ready? So we're going to be looking at Tasha's presentation first. All right.
Oh,
Feeling
sir.
nervous?
Sir.
Come on, Tasha.
Sir, I thought it was only for your eyes, sir.
No, but you're so selfish, Tasha. Oh, you're so selfish. I cannot believe Tasha's being selfish. Oh no, it could not be only for my eyes. Like seriously? No, is she serious? No, honestly, is she really serious? Then last week when Nikosha and thing that was under the stress, it wasn't for all in my eyes, for everybody's eyes. So everybody's eyes. All right. All right. So we're gonna go straight to Tasha's presentation, and let me get it up and ready.
you want here?
Tasha, stop stress yourself, man. So first presentation, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy the presentation.
Today we're here to talk about diabetes, diabetes type 1, diabetes type 2 with the use of insulin. Question: what is diabetes? Diabetes is a disease in which the body's ability to produce or respond to hormone insulin is impaired, resulting in abnormal metabolism. Question: what happened to all the glucose after a meal? After a meal, glucose is converted to glycogen, stored mainly in the liver and muscle. Pancreas that secretes insulin convert glucose to glycogen. What is diabetes type 1? Diabetes type 1 is when the B cell of the pancreas fail to make insulin. In this case, persons need insulin injection. Question: how do insulin injection prevent diabetes? Well, diabetes occurs when glucose accumulates in the blood and is detected in urine. Insulin injection converts the glucose to glycogen for storage. Quick demonstration. This is the cell, the receptor, which receive the glucose. Without the help of insulin in the diabetes type 1, glucose won't be able to enter the cells, the receptor. This represents the insulin and the injection. With the help of the insulin, the receptor are being able to open, which is able to receive the glucose. Able to receive it in type 1 diabetes. Let's talk about diabetes type 2. Diabetes type 2 is when glucose do not respond to insulin, which causes the diabetes. In this case, obesity, unhealthy eating are the main cause. Diabetes type 2 depends on how you choose to live, how you choose to eat. It all depends on your lifestyle. Here's a receptor. Quick demonstration. Even though insulin injection. even though insulin is being present or produced for itself, pancreas produces it, glucose still won't be able to enter because the cell is damaged. So even though insulin is present, there is nothing that can be done. There is nothing that can be done. Diabetes type 2 depends on how you choose to eat and how active you are. Well, we have come to the end of this presentation and I hope you gain knowledge.
Well, indeed. Um, well, I must say I like the presentation, but before I give any further comment on this presentation, I must say though that you evidently was was trying to do the presentation from what you recall, right? Am I correct? Tasha? Tasha, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Good. You evidently was doing from what you recall, which was very good. I believe I believe it was a job well done. Um, but there, I think, all right. Tell me how you felt first of all when you were doing this presentation.
Sir, me never feel sir, me never feel good. Nervous. Me nervous, me say, yo, first made the something like this.
Okay. All right. And what did it cause it to do? You know, when you're going to the presentation, preparing for the presentation, what did it actually cause? What did it cause it to be able? It forced you to do when you are preparing for the presentation. What did it force you to do when you are preparing for it?
It forces me to know more about it, to read up more on it, in a
Okay.
sense.
Okay. Wonderful. So that is exactly one of the reasons why each week you guys have to prepare a presentation. You see? And I saw that you were, you know, it was articulate. You know, as the nervousness was there, but you tried to articulate. And I liked your illustrations, even though I didn't. I was wondering how the injection get into the story. You understand? But I figured more or less that, I figured more or less
The
that,
insulin.
yeah, I know, but I figured more or less that that needle is a pretty long needle for us to actually see inside the body to get to the cell.
Yo, is it insulin injection?
Insulin injection. Okay, all right. And I saw you pretty much demonstrated that you have the understanding. You're able to differentiate between both type 1 and type 2 diabetes. So I believe that it was so far a job well done. I must congratulate you on your first presentation. Right? I don't know what is happening to Nikosha. Maybe Nikosha is having some Wi-Fi problems. But let's talking about Nikosha. She's on back. Okay. All right, so we're going to proceed into the rest of the lesson. But I must say a job well done. I wanted to give Nikosha an opportunity to comment. Yes, Nikosha. So you having Wi-Fi problem?
Yes, sir.
I recognize. What are you using? Your laptop or are you using your cell phone?
Laptop, sir.
Oh, you can use your cell phone as well. You can download the Zoom app on your cell phone. So just in case you haven't, your cell phone can s- keep it in for a longer time. So just in the meantime, you download the app, Zoom app, onto your cell phone. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I believe you probably have heard a piece of Tarsha's presentation. You heard it.
Yes, sir.
What you thought about her presentation tonight?
Given that I know, I understand what she's saying, but most part of it is like it's off topic.
What do you mean off topic? Go ahead.
At one point, she was explained uh, part of it was being explained regarding to digestion, and if I it's like if I didn't know about diabetes,
Hmm.
be a little confused when she was explaining diabetes 1 and 2.
Okay. So in other words, then, what would you have suggested to her? Suggested to her otherwise? What do you think you should have done otherwise?
Mm.
Mhm.
Mm.
That's a part of it, you know. You see, when you're in the exams, you have to be, when you're doing the essay, you have to be able to give arguments for, arguments against. You understand? That's something you have to be able to do when you're doing a discussion, right? But I could see with her though because she was nervous. Her first time doing this, but the comb, the brush was the cell, and I think it was a bracelet. That was a bracelet, Tasha, or chain, some jewelry, Tasha.
Yes, sir. It was a jewelry.
Yes, yes, and I guess the jewelry had represented the glucose, right? The glucose in the blood, and of course the pen, her needle, she was inserting insulin in the cell. But there was one little error though that I thought was made, is that the it is not the insulin that is the problem. It's the cell that either was not responding to the insulin, allowing the glucose to be received. You understand? Which would have been type 2 diabetes. So you made a little error there because of your nervousness. But I'm quite sure that going into your next presentation, you will not be that nervous. By the way, who recorded that for you? You recorded yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're skillful, man. Oh, you had the device over your thing, and then you use your hands and stuff. Okay, wonderful, wonderful. All right, so let us proceed in tonight's class. I hope that Ashi will reach home on time so that we can get her piece of thing. Okay. All right. Now, I think tonight, Lisa, um, the Nikosha, could you sort that out some of these? Thank you. All right, I want to get down to where we reach now in our presentation. Okay, so here we are now. All right, so we're going to be looking at exam question. 1 second, please. Yes, we're going to be looking at an exam question. Past paper question, which is value 15 marks. Now, each person is going to take turn, and you're going to be going to Google the vector for leptospirosis and the vector for gastroenteritis. All right. So one of you will take leptospirosis, and the next person will take gastroenteritis. Now, note in the exam, you are being asked to name the vector. So whenever you're studying diseases, make sure you know how the disease is transmitted. Okay, so this instruction that they're giving us to name it is suggesting to us that leptospirosis and gastroenteritis is transmitted by a particular vector. Good. So each of you now can go ahead and Google it. When you find it, let me know. All right. And those who are on our YouTube channel watching can also Google it as well, and you can copy and paste it in the chat. All right. All right, ladies, when you find it, let me know, please. The vector for leptospirosis, the vector for gastroenteritis. And while you're Googling it, you need to know about current diseases. So naturally, they probably ask you about dengue this year. I'm not sure. The influenza, possibly. And they probably ask you about, don't be surprised if they drop COVID in the question, COVID-19 in the question. So make sure you're up to date with what's happening with the COVID virus as well. They may ask you questions about vaccination as well. Being that vaccine is in the air, and you need to make yourself up to date with such scientific facts about such practice in vaccination. All right. Anybody find the thing as it? Kosha, Tasha, any of you find it as it? Nobody don't find it yet?
It's taking a while to load, sir.
Okay. Tasha, you find anything yet? Whenever you're ready, let me know so I can stop the share and allow you to share your screen. Oh, Tasha having internet problems. Oh, I know. Yeah, but Tasha click on another link. It gives her that problem. All right, you find yours as it, Nikosha?
Yes, sir.
You don't find it as it?
Yes, sir. It has
found
been
it?
referred, sir.
You found it? Okay. And what is
Yes,
your
sir.
what's the definition of the phone? I'm going to allow you to share your screen. 1 second. All right, share your screen. All right. So, vector for gastroenteritis. So it says, however, bacteria, parasites, and fungus can also cause gastroenteritis in children. What's that? What's it? Rotavirus is the most common cause of severe disease in adults, and norovirus and whatever that is are common causes. So they are saying that bacteria and parasites and fungus can cause gastroenteritis. So in other words, then the the vector for gastroenteritis is really the bacteria. Follow?
Yes, sir.
All right. You want to look for the other one, leptospirosis. The both of them there. Can you read that for me, please?
Both wild and domestic animals can spread disease, most commonly rodents. The bacteria are spread to humans through animal urine or water and soil contaminated with animal urine coming into contact with the eyes, mouth, nose, or breaks in the skin.
All right. So in this case, the vector for leptospirosis would naturally be the rodents, and they are carriers of the bacteria that causes leptospirosis. And of course, they not only would the rodents be the carrier, but the the water actually is in their urine, and the water and the soil that are contaminated with animal urine are considered to be vectors that help to transmit leptospirosis. So basically, the term vector here really means anything that carries the the bacteria or the virus. So even in COVID right now, why they're telling you to wear your mask, because it is not, even though it is not said to be airborne, but the air itself or the wind itself, in a sense, is a vector, because once you're a certain distance to the person, that's why I say must practice social distance, because the air, that's space. When you may speak or you may sneeze, once it's within the air, it will be carried by the air as a vector. The air acts as a vector for the COVID virus. All right, good. All right, thank you very much. Let us proceed some more. Not sure what happened to our dear friend and sister there, but we have to continue. All right. So basically, you speak about the vector for leptospirosis. You'll be talking about the rodents, contaminated water, contaminated soil, right? Um, Gastroenteritis naturally can be contaminated food and so forth. All right. Now, when I want to focus so much on the question for part B just yet, because we want to go further down, then probably come back to the question. But we want to analyze the question to see exactly what the examiners expect of you when you're going to be answering such questions. Now it says that you're asked to educate your community about both leptospirosis and gastroenteritis. Write the information that must be provided for each disease using the following headings. Now, note the examiner is telling you exactly what they desire of you for this question. So you have to make sure that you are responding to the question using whatever they ask to give them their 13 marks. So the name of the disease is a mark for the 13. Sign and symptoms are marks for within that 13 marks. Ways to prevent it, the pathogens from entering the body, is another contribution to your 13 marks, and prevention and control of the vectors is another contribution to your 13 marks. So what this means then, when you're studying about the diseases, when you're making your notes about diseases, ensure to write the name of the disease, the signs and symptoms of the disease, the way to prevent the pathogens from entering the body, respective to the disease that you're talking about, and how the vector is prevented and controlled. Understand the question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So make sure you do all of that. All right. So I want to go down now further into our presentation for tonight to see. All right. Now, here we're looking at a picture. Look at that picture now. Now, this young man might be Mr. Bernard. I don't know. It might be Mr. Bernard. Um, and he went to Burger King, and he's sitting on the outside of Burger King. You know, Burger King in Kingston, some Burger King have a dining area on the outside, right? Now, the fly picks up pathogen from fecal matter. Do you see the fecal matter?
Yes, sir.
All right. You see it? You sure you see the fecal matter?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Right behind.
Oh,
Mhm.
good. Right behind. You seen it. Excellent. Excellent. So the fly now picks up the pathogen from the fecal matter and carries it on its body. Now, the fly transfers now the pathogen to the food. Good. To the food.
Yes, sir.
And then now, person eats the contaminated food and then gets sick. Now, what I want you to notice when you're writing the essay questions in the exams, this is you see they have a picture, as I showed you guys in the syllabus before, that you can, what's the word now? That you can draw pictures or diagrams. You may not be a beautiful artist, but you can draw diagrams, right? And annotated diagrams. This is like an annotated picture. So you say step one, you put a little box, what happens in step one, what happens in step two, what happens in step three. And that is how, even when you're writing in notes, you do the same thing. So you can have pictures in your notebook, or you cut out pictures and you paste in your notebook that relates to the content that you are listening to, whether it's want to be a video or content you are reading, which is from a textbook, just to make the notes much easier for you to have. Because the simpler the content is, the better the brain absorb it. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Write off that one, please. And this is how the gastroenteritis itself virus will get into your body. Right? So write it down for me, or the bacteria.
So I've taken a picture of it so I can move on. We'll save up more time.
Okay, make sure you write it off, you know. Make sure you write it off. Now, with a picture like that, no. You can know, remember the examiner asked you about how you would what's the word now? Control and prevent it. So in a case like this, it was not you have to cover your food, and it's best to eat on the inside naturally, don't it? You agree?
Yes, sir.
Good. And in some of these exam questions, you have to use common sense. You follow? All right,
Yes, sir. That's true.
that's true. Okay, good. So let us now look at the second picture. So we see that one of the vectors here would have been the fly. Hold on, please. All right, I'll share it home, so we'll have the other presentation. Okay, now in picture number 2, so note the thing that was carrying the pathogen itself was the house fly or the fly itself, right? Good. So
Yes, sir.
it was carrying the pathogen. So in a sense, they would call that the house fly a vector for for what we call it now, vector for gastroenteritis. Cool. Now, picture number 2 now say to us that infected mosquito bites uninfected person. So poor person, she was not ill at all, but she bites. But this mosquito here decides he's going to bite her. Now after him bite her, what happens? You tell me what happened after him bite her.
Infection from the mosquito spreads throughout her body
Exactly.
and into her red blood cells.
And into our red blood cells. So the infection spread through her body and into the red blood cells. You start now? Now, what happens in number 3?
Second mosquito bites that infected person, and mosquito may it can carries that infection and spread it to another person.
Okay. Can you imagine if COVID was supposed to be spread like that? Many more persons would have COVID, don't it? So
Yes,
so it's a cycle in a sense, you know, a cycle in a sense that the infected person, so the mosquito in number 1 was did already bite somebody who was infected, and then now they bite this person because remember they suck your blood. They suck your blood, you know. Good,
mm-hmm.
but while they're biting you and sucking that blood, same time the pathogen is being transferred into your bloodstream. So the second mosquito now who bit her would have received some of her blood with the virus that would cause the disease, for example, dengue or malaria. Good. So the vector in this case would have been the mosquito. Okay, and there are 2 types of mosquito that C.X.C normally ask you about, right? We'll get to the names of those mosquitoes shortly. Okay, All right, let's proceed. Now, so we spoke about so two diseases we have looked at a while ago, how they are transmitted. Basically, that was the malaria or dengue, or um what they call it now, or gastroenteritis. Good. Now make sure when you're doing the video presentation on this one, make sure that you're able to articulate it just the same. So you could have pictures, unlabeled pictures when you're doing a video presentation, and you would have take us through what's going on. Because we want to articulate. Understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me what's happening in this picture now. You tell me what's happening in this picture. What is this picture saying to you?
Infected mama, which is the rat, urinates in water, soil, or food, and exposed food or water is that is contaminated is being digested by the human.
Okay. So in this case, the vector now, well, see this picture is telling us so leptospirosis is transmitted. So it is the rodent, or in this case the rat, is a vector, but technically it is the urine of the rodent that is carrying the leptospira bacteria. So whether or not he urinates, and to an extension to the contaminated water, soil, and food, which is what was contaminated by the infected mammal, in this case the rat. Now, I want you to write a sentence based on what this picture is depicting to you, and read back the sentence to me. When you finish writing the sentence, let me know, okay?
Um, Repeat one may write a sentence so my picture show.
Yeah, write a sentence based on what the picture is depicting to you. What is it illustrating to you?
The image show an example in which the disease leptospirosis is being transferred from the rat or rodent to the human to a human.
You finish? You finish?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
but you can't give that alone as the answer. You have to give us more details. Give us more details. Give us some more details.
Um, the rodent The picture
Write it.
shows that they
Write a sentence
um,
first, man. You finish writing, write a sentence first,
mm,
and then you read it to me.
okay.
Mhm.
So the image shows who- in which the disease leptospirosis is being transferred rodent to from a rodent to a human. The picture shows two ways in which the disease can be transferred. The first one being that the rat urinates on the man, and the second being that the rat urinates in the water, soil, or food that is being, and afterwards is being intake digested by the man.
All right. All right. In a sense, you're trying to give your in your own words. Nothing is wrong with that. All right. But I don't know if the rat urinated on the man still. You understand?
Sir, if you look at the first arrow at the top, it shows that its urines just go straight to the arrow just
Man.
go straight to the man.
Okay then. All right. Okay. I guess you probably would think that um the the urine itself probably whichever way. Okay. Exposure, direct exposure then to the urine. Okay, fine. And then another way in which you would have consumed contaminated water. Um, Maybe he's a farmer and his hands get into the soil, and of course his hands become contaminated. May put his finger in his mouth, and then that happens to him. And the food that you would have consumed if the rat urinated on it. All right. So it's not necessarily rat feces, but more the rat what urine. Eh?
Yeah.
All right. Now, looking furthermore on the transmission mode. Now, let us look at this picture now. I want you now to read this picture and tell me what the picture is saying to you. Then I will tell you my bit about it.
Homeless with stuff. Mhm. Very blank.
Blank. All right. Okay,
Let
where
me
would
know
you
if you explain, but it does not come.
just now come? All right, you want to write? You see,
No.
I don't want to read it all for you. You have to learn to interpret the picture for yourself as well. You understand? You have to learn to interpret the picture for yourself. All right. So you write what you understand from the picture. Then you share it with me. You let me know.
Yeah. It could take a long while, so I cannot now come to mind to write. It's let me know why picture show, but me just can't find the words to explain.
No, you don't have to find the words. Just say it in your own words. You can say it in your own words, you know.
Say picture at the bottom, environment it a show.
Okay, yeah, it's the picture about showing the environment. What exactly the picture you actually seen?
Wait,
What exactly in the picture are you seeing? How you know it's showing the environment? How you know that?
because it look like you miss water like a place for the out.
Not out. Okay, all right. Water is there. So, all right, continue. What is the scene from the picture now?
And beside the arrow shows contain. Could say that the water contains the disease,
Why we say the water contains the disease? Not the disease, but more the bacteria.
the bacteria.
Yes,
Because
because yeah, go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
and the other arrow pointing to that area shows urine from the arrow pointing from the rat to the environment shows urine, and you know that urine contains leptos. Oh, can't pronounce it right properly.
Okay. All right.
Leptospirosis.
Okay, good. So the rat now or the rodents would have passed would urinate into the water there, and then the water would contain the leptospira bacteria. And even a rat can also become infected too. You see? Right? But
Yes,
the
sir.
rat is not affected. The rat may become infected but not affected. There's a difference. Good? Now,
Yes, sir.
so that urine now splashing contaminated water or urine into the eyes can is a way of catching being exposed. So you were right about that. So the man was exposed directly by the urine from the rodent, right? Now also um, exposing open wounds as well and swallowing contaminated food or water, right? So that's the transmission mode for leptospirosis. Good.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Now let's look at this one now, and it's kind of repeating somewhat. We seen a rodent carrying the disease, wild animals as well, livestock and domestic animals. And let's pause here a moment too. If you notice as well, if you notice as well that when COVID was first introduced in Jamaica, just before, we most of us now would have heard that in China, a
It
particular
was
place.
tested on rats.
Well, I don't know if it was tested on rats, but they were saying it was bats. There were some persons talking about the bats were the carrier, which is a rodent, and I think they were even thinking about the fishes. That was in a fishing village that it broke out into that fishing village there. So when you're studying diseases, make sure you know the carriers, identify the carriers. Good. And that's why people have to keep them place clean. I have to know what is it that the carriers feeds on what is it that what kind of environment does the carriers survive into? So that's why they are telling you that you must get rid of water, right? Don't have water being contained in open containers because it is a place where that the mosquitoes, as we learned in last week's class, they would lay their eggs on. Where would they lay their eggs by? Let me see if you remember. Let me see if
At
you
the
remember.
surface of the water.
Excellent. On the surface of the water. So you're learning. Great. All right. So this picture is again telling us that the rodent would urinate and contaminate the soil and the water. Right?
Mm.
Good. And of course, all rodents have contaminated the soil and the water. All right? Good. Now, this picture is telling us now. This picture is now telling us some other things. What you should know about leptospirosis, signs and symptoms. Write them down for me, please. Because we were to tell what are the signs and symptoms of leptospirosis. The eyes can be affected too. Muscles can be affected. Rash can come onto your skin, right? So these are some signs and symptoms of leptospirosis. Write them down. You have high fever, vomiting, diarrhea, red eyes, muscular aches, rash, chills, headaches, and lung problems. Lung problems too.
So can someone die from it?
Of course, people can die from it. I'm a terrified. It's one of the fastest way to die from it. One animal you really don't want in your house is the rat. Because when leptospirosis catch your body, remember me tell you, kill you quick
And
and fast. Eh?
because they get it. Big when I'm because they get it. But
Okay, did they die? You don't have to die now. Once you get to the doctor quick and fast and you can get the treatment, fine. But it's not something to play around with.
no, he didn't die.
Okay, well, thank God for that. Now, prevention. You have to wash your hands properly. If you're a farmer, make sure you're well geared up, good water boots, gloves, and so forth. Right, and be careful of the animals that you consume. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you wrote down the signs and symptoms.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then. All right, let's proceed. So now we're going to gastroenteritis. Can you identify that structure?
The skin.
You sure? Look good.
No, it look like
Mm,
it look like inside the ileum.
yeah, you're coming close. Ilium, coming close. Which part of it?
The the villi or villi.
The villi, villus. Excellent. Good. Very good. Very good. Wonderful. 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 Excellent. You have very good. So so when we talk about now, remind what you learned about the villus or the villi. What you learned about it.
It is where absorption takes place.
Exactly. Absorption of food. So and it is absorbed by the villus. What is going to happen from there? So now.
It enters the bloodstream.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. You're doing very good. Wonderful, wonderful. Brain at work tonight. Good. Excellent. Excellent. So I need not to say anything more. You have taught me well. Okay. All right. You have taught me well. All right. Good. So here we have some. Hold on here. All right. I need to go. I'm trying to go back to the previous slides. There's. Hold on. Trying to get back to the previous slides. Let me get back to the previous slides. 1 second there. I'm trying to get back to the previous slides. 1 second. All right. Just getting back to the previous slides, right? All right. So next week we'll be looking at some questions, more questions based on the diseases that we have studied so far. Good. All right. So this is where we are. Trying to end this presentation. Trying to hold on there. Get into the presentation mode. All right. Now, there are some questions we're going to be looking at now. All right. Now, here's another type of disease question. So the Caribbean region rather, often experiences outbreaks of dengue and sometimes malaria, as I mentioned to you before. Name the vector that transmits dengue and malaria. Now, there are two different types of mosquitoes. So you can't just write mosquito alone. You have to write the name of the mosquito that transmits dengue and name of the mosquito that transmits malaria. You want to Google that for me now?
So for dengue, is it Aedes aegypti mosquito?
Research it so you can be sure.
Yes, it is.
It is. Okay, and which one is that? Dengue?
Yes.
And the malaria is it?
Come
Mm-hmm.
on.
What is it?
I try pronounce it. Right,
Oh,
sir.
okay. You make sure you pronounce it. I know how to spell it. Remember, say when you find a name, Google allow you can press the speaker button so you can actually get the pronunciation. All right. So as I said before, when you're preparing your notes, make sure that you do it in the way in which the exam questions would have asked you. The name of the vector, as you go to part 2 of the question, the organisms that causes malaria is a plasmodium. Good. Name the organism that causes dengue. What's the name of the organism that causes dengue?
Repeat, say, you break up.
What's the name of the organism that causes dengue?
Um, virus.
Virus. Okay. State 2 signs or symptoms of dengue. All right. You don't have to give me the answers no. Good, but I just want you to understand how the questions are designed. All right. So next week, they ask you to identify one method of preventing the spread of dengue. It is always good to have more than if you know more than one method, you identify more than one method. All right.
Yes, sir.
So it's now 9:24. We don't have to. So for next week's class, we're going to go into other exam type questions based on what we have studied already. Diabetes, as you can see, obesity, and we'll be looking at again malaria. So make sure you do your research. But we'll be moving into the immunity part of the syllabus as relates to diseases. All right, so we almost finished with this part of the syllabus, section D, and you guys will be doing more and more presentations. All right, okay, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
All right, so because most of them are not on, so I guess they're having technical difficulties. I don't want to go any further and leave them, so we're going to end it at this point tonight. And next week we'll take it up with some questions where hopefully everybody will be on to discuss the questions, exam possible questions related to what we have studied so far. And of course, we would love now that we'll move into this part of the topic later on in this section. All right. So remember now, you should do a presentation on the digestive system, and next week, the other week, if you can do two, one for respiratory system as well. But you don't start your, you haven't started your worksheet as yet, have you?
Worksheet from which subject, sir?
HSB.
Um, which topic? I did the respiration.
And I mark them.
No.
You have uploaded.
Yes, sir.
You sure I have marked them? You sure you have checked them to see if I've marked them?
Yes, I've checked.
You need to check again. Because I'm sure I marked. Anything you guys upload, I'm sure to mark them. So I think you should check again. Check again.
Help me to know, sir.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's a wrap for us tonight. You found it?
Yes, sir. Oh, Mark.
Exactly. I know I marked your work. So you need to move on.
True, so first work at this we through the see Mark before me could enter before the see green and never see it for respiration, so I'm thinking of my kids, sir.
Okay. All right, so that's it. So have a good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And we have class on Sunday and so forth. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think when you guys do a video of your presentation, it is much easier on you. So if you're making a mistakes, you can correct it and then make sure you upload it and you share it so others can critique it and learn from it at the same time. All right.
Yes, sir.
So you have a good night and take care.
Good night, sir.
Yeah, man, you're welcome. All right, good night to our YouTube viewers, we say thank you very much for um, being a part of our presentation tonight, even though I would have rather if you guys participated actively in terms of, presenting your answers to certain questions that were asked. As you have heard, next week we'll be looking into um, looking at some past paper questions, and of course, I hope that you will contribute your responses in the YouTube chat, of course. Um, for those who don't know much about CDP Labs Azure Services, just going to give you an idea of what we do and how it works, how the classes work with CDP Labs Azure Services. Now, of course, you are now viewing our classroom sessions using Zoom, where students are asked to do presentations, especially for human and social biology. And of course, when they do their presentations, they will share it with the class, with the students, and so forth. And you have heard what Tarsha said earlier about her presentation, and it caused her to read more and get to learn more about what she's presenting on. So the presentations, in fact, help our students. Now, apart from a live session, students are given assignments on a weekly basis. So I'm about to show you that just now. Now, we use Schoology as our platform for our asynchronous component. Just to show you what our HSP students receive. Now, they have to each week submit worksheets, right? So they would, so for example, nutrition and digestive system, they will receive, of course, notes, PowerPoint presentations, and of course, they will receive worksheets. Now, each assignment, they will receive a worksheet, as you can see right here. These are two worksheets. Let me show you. All right. So they have worksheets here that they must do and submit. I'll show another type of worksheet. And of course, so the worksheets come with written notes as well. And of course, they have exam passport questions to answer on each of the worksheets. So these are some exam questions. As you heard, Nicole was able to relate to one of the pictures on our presentation a while ago. So she was able to relate to it because she learned about it before this class. And these are questions, past paper based questions, as you can see. All right. So each week they have to submit an assignment. Good. Now, along with the worksheets, they receive video tutorials. All right. And this is one of our video tutorials. I'll play a bit of it, let you hear it. Welcome to another Science Audio Visual Tutor, brought to you by Ronique Bernard. Subject today is human and social biology. Topic for the day is digestion. An enzyme called saliva amylase
Very good. So this is exactly what happens in the mouth. In the mouth, we have mechanical digestion, where the teeth will chew and crush this and grind this into smaller pieces. And then chemical digestion takes place, where the saliva amylase will digest the starch into maltose. Now, do you know what happens in the stomach?
All right, so that's just basically giving an idea what our students receive on a weekly basis from CDP Labs Edu Services. And of course, you can see that they did their work, and their work was in fact marked, and they would have received their marked worksheets. You can see if I can show you one of them. Okay, as you can see, the students' work were in fact marked. So CDP Labs Edu Services online school um, started in 2009. So it's not a COVID solution. We operated for this is now our 11th year in preparing students in Jamaica and in the Caribbean for exams. So what we're asking you to is to share this the our school with your friends and family who are preparing for exams next year and maybe the year beyond, God's willing. And of course, we just ask that you share this link for the share the channel with your friends and family and encourage them to subscribe so they can know whenever we come online to stream. And our English language teacher will soon be streaming her classes live on this channel, and of course, the business classes will also be streaming shortly. So thank you very much for joining us tonight on our channel, and we wish you a happy weekend. And of course, if we're not able to wish you a Merry Christmas before it comes, or when it comes rather, please do enjoy your holidays. Thank you very much for staying with CDB Labs Edu Services. I am Ronique Bernard, host for tonight's class.
Fellows, they could take the youths and bring them back into the schoolhouse. Education was saying, money come after. Yo, Sheldon Kane, yo, Jojo, Kulachini, I want to them. If they want to go to school, go get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, he said that you grasp where them tell you no. Go get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, he said that you grasp where them tell you no. Load the machine, I better you go the machine instead of you the on the corner and I get your head machine. The little youths them nowadays, them need to learn, to love, to read and recognize for you survive education and the key youth. From George's, C.S.C. and C.S.C. Pali Camper down, Meadowbrook and Papine, Calabar and Dunwoodin. Till read the news about the pick up the two cause of the books so no fi read and so get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, he said that you grasp where them tell you no. Go get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, he said that you grasp where them tell you no. Back in on the school days, me used to have it hard, but me also go to school anyway. Mama never get paid, but that never stopped me from getting education same way. So youth, pressure on the book. Take your mind out for the corner and have some those to overlook. They want to see you turn a teacher or a doctor or a lawyer. Anything you really want, just a turn in and a group. Girls, before you back it up, make sure you wrap it up. Before you be a mother, be a woman first. Stay in a school cause you are gonna need the knowledge. Graduate and go to college cause we have a career is a must. So get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, you say that you grasp where they tell you no. Go get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, you say that you grasp where they tell you no. You start go a class, me a tell you no. Exam no fi pass, me a tell you no. And bench one master this, me a fi tell you no. Don't farm full study hard, me a beg you no. Cause nowadays we get a job, me a tell you no. No easy and papers they want, me a tell you no. No buy the lies when them sell on the corner. You get your education, cause the future we a tell you no. Queens, think before you drop your jeans. Sent yours, refuse the abuse. A new school, you know. The grammar said use them to go to school. Cause that's what the thing said. Education, unification, right in the minds. Hear this? Yeah. Go get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, you say that you grasp where they tell you no. Go get your education, me a beg you no revise where you learn from class, me a tell you no. Cause it's not hard, it's a task, just give yourself a chance and yes, you say that you grasp where they tell you no. Back in my school days, me used to have it hard, but mama used to go to school anyway. Every day. Mama never get paid, but that never stopped me from getting my education same way. So youth, pressure on the book. Wanna school, new school.